Hey guys, and welcome back to Railroader. This is my fourth playthrough of my career within the game, and I'm just now setting off from Ayla picking up passengers because you've got to keep those passengers happy. If you don't keep the passengers happy, it seems like your reputation for the railroad drops fairly quick. So you got to do at least like one run a day, and I believe it's dependent upon how much industries you serve as well. If my mic sounds a little bit louder, I was noticing some people commenting on the YouTube videos, and thank you, by the way. The volume was quite low for the mic, and I started doing some digging around, and for whatever reason, the Windows setting, probably from an update, set it to half of what it should normally be at by default. So I believe I have rendered that. Looking at the audio mixer now, it is tickling the red area, so hopefully it's not too loud. Anyway, we are on our way to the bridge to cross Governor's Island and go into Bryson, and we've got the last train here. This train is going to drop off its goods right up here. As you can see, the bridge is unbuilt. Here comes the train around the bend, and then we'll wait just a moment and we'll actually skip forward time. So all you have to do basically is sleep, but you kind of don't want to skip or sleep on these jobs, as they say, because you'll miss out on a lot of industry and passenger contracts, and they will become very unpleased, and your reputation will lower. If your reputation lowers, you get less payouts, so you make less money. Not only that, but you lose some of your discounts on purchasing some of these things, like some of these milestones or jobs per se, and then just your overall company. So you're going to want to keep it busy. You're not going to want to, skip too much. You're going to want to do at least a couple of jobs a day, do at least one passenger job a day, just to keep everybody in the mountains happy for the most part. So as you can see, I have dropped the stuff off. We're going to sleep until the next morning. And then voila, the bridge has now been built across the river into Bryson. A very, very large yard and a couple of industries out this way as well. So post getting the bridge built and getting access to Bryson, just at the very, very least, now that we have access to Bryson, we have a lot more track to work with and passenger service. So as soon as I completed that bridge, when you stop at one of the depots, you can see that you've got 3 boxes now. So you've got Ayla, Whittier, and Bryson to take passengers to, so it's automatic. Another thing I'd like to point out is the developer is quickly pushing out updates, as this is in early access, and it will release in early access, which, by the way, for those that may not be currently aware, they have bumped up the public release date. It now releases on the 7th of December, no longer the 15th, 1 week earlier. Releases on the 7th. But we've got a couple updates. You've got an updated bell and diesel horn, rolling stock data on numerous cars, some way bill fixes, something about Dillsboro engine service not unlocking correctly, and Hemingway Brooks signals milestones. So the diesel horn and bell, I'm interested to see what that is, because I actually just took a look at those the other day. So I'll go ahead and crack the sandbox save back open here. I believe that's it. And we'll go check it out, see what's happened. See if a bell was added to the GP9. I know they had to model the bell on there, and that takes time, understandably. We'll let everything load in here, which, by the way, I'd also like to point out, when I did this kind of showcase video yesterday with every single thing you could lay out in the game, it didn't hamper my graphics or frames per second hardly at all. Maybe 10 FPS, if that. I was getting a rock solid 60. So you got to keep in mind too, you're generally not going to be passing areas that are super busy like this. So there may be a lot of trains on the map, but not in one particular area. So anyway, let's go ahead and get down to the diesels. Check those out, see what's what here. We'll start with the old GP9. Okay, maybe the bell's not been modeled. Let's click it. Let's select it. Oh, we do have a bell now. Nice. That sounds pretty good. All right, let's try the horn and see what was done. Maybe that was touched up a bit. It sounds a little bit different. Which somebody pointed out on the video yesterday, that's an RS5T. I thought it was a Nathan M5. Where? Oh yeah, it's way down there. Or wait, what the? Where'd the switcher go? That thing just totally disappeared. Houston? So yeah, let's try that again. Alright, so let's plop down the switcher. Where in God's name did that thing go? Everything is here from yesterday except for the old switcheroonie. So we'll add that and we'll place it right here. There we go. The old Fontana, Jericho, and Bryson. We'll select it, see what's changed here. So it's got the same. Yeah, so it's got a different bell as well. So it's got more of a steel bell, which is nice and appropriate for the era. And I think before it had the like one of the old school brass bells. So those were updated. I mean, quick fire updates. All right, so just a tiny bit about what they updated. We're going to hop back into my playthrough because we got a lot of things to look at. Alrighty, so we're back in my single player save. So while I have been building that bridge and doing other jobs, mainly running a secondary service in AI mode, I've been doing some logging in manual mode, and it is highly profitable. Logs equal stonks. You know, I think it's probably well known within the railroader community by now. I wish I'd have known it before, but I think you get like $65 per log. So you got 3 logs, 4 cars, you do the math. Because normally, if you just take, say you got a boxcar down here at the interchange and you got to take it down to the Ayla, you know, house track, you might get $60 for 1 car. And that's a long way. So logging, you know, it's not the most glamorous. It can be difficult. I've derailed several times because you're actually back here at this is the Y. So you head up this mountain here. If I can get out of the dang trees. So you head up this mountain here, and that's where the logging camps are, and it's a bit twisty. It's a little bit slower speed. I've derailed multiple times, but you make quick money. So anywho, that being said, let's go ahead and go back to our Mogul, because I think it's time to say farewell, guys. I think it's time to say goodbye to the old Mogi boy. He's done a hell of a job for me, gotten me where I am in my 4th now career playthrough. So milestones, I've got new milestones available. I completed the bridge. You no longer see the Bryson bridge there. And I think we're going to sell this sucker. So it's in fairly good condition, 96%. If I were to repair it, I'd get a little bit more, but it's not worth the time to me. So I'm going to go ahead and set the sell destination to the East Whittier interchange. So it's now got a tab above it, just like, you know, your industries, your freight. So we're going to go back there and set it and just say goodbye, and then we'll sleep and see what happens, and we'll choose a new engine. I'm thinking I need to actually click the loco here first. There we go. There we go. I'm thinking a 280. I'm thinking I'll keep the Rogers back there, but I'm thinking we might get a 280. So I had to separate the coach. It's over on our shed track over there we've got a couple of cars going back. So directly ahead on the line we're on, which I'm actually just going to leave the engine, is the stuff that I built the bridge with. So those cars still have to go back. It's not like they just disappear after, you know, the job is done or after they're empty. They still have to go back to the interchange, go back to where they came from, so on and so forth. Another thing is our diesel rack. So I got the diesel fueling station built right there. That's what that is. That was not there before. Basically, all you got to do is select the job and you take it to that track just over there and you drop the box car off, wait a day, and it's there. I don't have any diesel engines per se right now, but it's there for when I need it. Plus, it felt good completing a job. Anyway, let's go ahead and slow on down. Another good thing about working the lumber yard back there in the sawmill is once you accept that stuff, it doesn't really tell you what to do. It doesn't kind of hold your hand like some of the interchange work in the industries. So basically you'll accept the, we'll go into the thing here. We'll go to locations. Let's see, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Whittier Sawmill. There we go. So you'll go to Whittier Sawmill, you'll click Tier 1, and then basically you'll just go down there and get those skeleton log cars. You'll pick those up. You're going to take them into the forest up here, up this mountain, and you'll take them to this track right here, or one of these two actually, and then you'll let it sit for a couple hours. It doesn't take all day like most industries. I think maybe an hour I wait, and it fills them up pretty much all the way. And you'll get them. You'll get your logs, you'll bring them back down, and you'll put them in the log pond right there where number 2 is currently sitting. So you do that a few times, and you'll start getting product from the sawmill, which is on those tracks over there. And you'll start taking interchange traffic from here to there and moving that product. So you're getting $60 or so a pop for that too. So it's pretty, you know, it's a pretty good profitable industry from where you start right here. You don't have to expand. You can just make a ton of money, buy some good rolling stock, and then expand. You know, play how you want, essentially. All right. Well, I think it's time to say goodbye to the Mogul number 3. Done some good work for me. Done a bit of it all. But we're gonna go ahead and sell it. So we have it spotted. Let's look at our fundage. I've got $3,454. To get another engine, we're going to have to take some loans out, so we'll look at that in just a minute. But let's go ahead and sleep on it. Go to settings. And sleep. It's kind of hard to do, you know. It's like that old favorite T-shirt or something, you know. It's just hard to part with, but got to do it. It's got too many holes in it. It's too old. Here we go. Usually takes a second here. Any minute. And there it goes. So we got $4,599 for the Mogul. So we now only have the Rogers 10-wheeler. And what do we got here now? So we got Bryson Freight House. Hell yeah! What is this? I don't even know what that is. It's green. Huh, that's a new tag color. So it looks like we're going to Bryson. And then we got Whittier House Track. So that is going to be swapped out with the Whittier, the station right next to Whittier. So for the time being, if I try to buy another engine right now, I don't know that it'll get here to do this job. So I think we might have to use the Rogers to do this job. So let's go ahead and see. We'll go for the old Connie. 25,000 pounds tractive effort. Weighs a pretty good bit. It can carry a total butt ton of coal and a pretty decent amount of water. It's going to cost me $10,000. As you can see, it's grayed out. I can't click it. So we're going to go back. We'll go to finance. And man, I don't like borrowing money, not in real life and not in games, but I wants me a new engine. So we're going to loan and then we're going to loan again. So we should have just enough with $700 just about spare. And there we go. C25 Connie purchase for $10,260. We'll go ahead and buy it. So I think it's probably going to be delivered the next day. Oh no, there it is. Oh, okay. So you don't have to wait a day. Awesome. What we will do though, I'm super stoked. We will get the sun in the sky a bit higher. Let's take a look at this beaut. Oh, baby, baby, baby. All right, are we topped up here? Yeah, we got a little bit of coal, a little bit of water. Yeah. Looks good. We should be able to do quite a bit of stuff with our Connie. This is what they used in these parts in real life in this area. So let's see what we got here. Equipment. Operations orders. All right, let's change the whistle. What should we use? Let's see. Let's see what this is like. We got to select the engine first. That might help. I like it. That's a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. All right, we're going to run around these cars. Go ahead and get that headlight on. And we're going to get in the front, and we're going to pull those because I'm going to have to switch this out with an empty that's down at that Whittier house track. So let's go ahead and get in this thing and see what's what. We're going to have to hop out down there and flick that old switcheroony. And brake is released. There we go. We'll get everything open. Yeah, this thing feels bigger. Definitely. Well, that's what she said. Not in my case, but all right. Let's go ahead and pop a squat. Train brake. We're cut in. There's the Indy. There's the throttle. Reverser. We'll throw it back to 80. We'll give her a little juice. Bought my first engine. What a monumentous day. Get that hatch open. Turn the lamp on. I always forget to select and then follow. So you select and follow and the pop out, and it'll actually follow the engine here. So I believe what we will do is obviously get those two cars. We'll let her coast here. We'll hop out and flick these switches. So we're obviously going to get those two box cars. We got one industry at the house track to swap out with the one currently sitting there. And then we're going to take the passenger car too. And then of course we'll stop at Whittier, take on passengers, and we'll go to Ayla and Bryson. So we should have almost the whole dang car filled out. So we'll see how that works. I may need to buy another car here shortly, but we need to do everything we can presently to make as much money as we possibly can. All right, let's go ahead and, well, actually, no, I'm going to leave that like it were. And then we're going to run around this way because we've got a quicker reverse we can get on instead of going all the way up past the shed. I'm really liking how you just automatically sit down when you get near the seat. Still have not yet used the caboose. Kind of feel bad about it. We'll go ahead and coast. Something else I'm not seeing. I've seen a couple other people have weather. I've not really gotten weather. I keep getting this kind of high cloud day. So I don't know if there are seasons, they're just not selectable, and you got to spend a lot more time. Sadly, I haven't been able to spend as much time as I would like inside the game. But I'm certainly using what little time I do have inside. We'll go ahead and throw that. All right, throw it back in reverse. All right, so again, that's Whittier House Track, Bryson Freight House. So we'll go ahead and get these cut on, and then I will throw the coach on the back of the two box cars here. There we go. And another cool thing about the Connie is she got a rear headlight now. So reverse running won't be so strange, thankfully. You'll be able to actually see a little bit. Looks like both of these hand wheels are on now. Had people screaming at me in a previous YouTube video and other places about the handbrakes. I didn't realize, and it's probably the second video I made, that the handbrakes appeared on the HUD down here. So now you do. They're in purple. And I think some of the engines may be reversed, like the tender, what it says it actually is. So just look at the HUD. That's going to be your best bet. Don't always, try and pay attention to what it says on the wheel, although that's what you would think. Just look at the HUD just to double check and make sure that it's correct. All right, we'll let that run by, and we'll go ahead and line back up on the passing, where we came from anyway. There we go. We'll run up here and grab our coach. Just got to run past this switch here and back on up. Alright, we can probably still get away with a little independent. 3 cars probably be pushing it. Alright, we are lined. We'll go ahead and hop on the back. Still got plenty of coal in our gun over there. 37 tons. That's gonna last a while, thankfully. Just like the oil, that oil car we got set at Whittier, that thing is gonna last forever, into eternity, through a Armageddon, through a nuclear winter. I don't think that thing's going anywhere. It's still just chock full. Usually leave that coach angle cock open, so it should be good to go. Handbrake is off. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. Just need to be sure and throw that switch once we get that out of here. This should be nothing for the old Connie. I want big, chunky trains. 20 plus cars. I mean, obviously by today's standards, that's laughable, but this game ain't today's standards. Alright, so we'll open the map. She's on the run. We'll control T right here to make sure that switch isn't thrown. Nope, it's lined since I got the logging unit over there. And then we'll go back up to the Y to make sure that ain't turned. It is. Good thing we checked. It's always probably best practice to, you know, make sure you throw a switch back. We'll go back to the map. We'll scooch up to Whittier. And here we have the box car that we dropped off. So I dropped this off the day before. It's going back to East Whittier interchange, obviously. So we're going to have to swap those out. And then that the tanker I was talking about down there, that thing still got 4,000 gallons in it. So I think it initially came with 8, right? So that sucker, it's still going, man. It's still going. All right, we'll sit here and wait for the train. Alrighty, here she comes. I'm still kind of already missing that Mogul. I don't know why. I mean, it got stuff done. I had a couple of pretty good sized work trains. It had no problem with. Alrighty, so how are we gonna do this? Switching takes problem solving. And hold on, let's see if I think we're good enough on the platform here that we can actually fill this up. So we'll click the coach, click passenger, and we'll set it to Ayla and Bryson Depot. Let's see what happens. They're getting on. So nobody's going to Bryson. Sad. Maybe this coach down here has got to go to Bryson before they. Oh no, there we go. We got people on board. 5. Cool. Okay. Cool. So people are gonna ride to Bryson. All right. House track. This cat here. So let's go ahead and cut these off. We'll leave that for the time being. We'll close that. We'll pop that. I love watching the hoses split apart. I can't think of any other rail sim or train-based game where that happens. I mean, Run 8 kind of does it, but the animation doesn't look that good. Alright, we should be totally lined here. Yep. Yepperoonie. Problem is this other track up here, I really dislike how far you have to go up to be able to back out. But I think I might have another idea. I think we'll just back up. So first things first, we got to get this car, throw that switch. We'll go ahead and hop on the back here. All right, we are rolling. Go ahead and coast. We got too much more room back there, so I wanted to be kind of gentle. So we already got paid for that as soon as it shows up. So what's funky is, so you'll get paid, right? Because I ran into this issue the other day. You'll get paid, and I thought, well, maybe I can kind of cheese the game a little bit. We got paid, just take this thing out of here. But if you'll note, on the tag, it still says it's full, 40 tons. That's not going to disappear. It's still going to say Whittier House Track on the tag. So you have to leave it here until it's empty. Otherwise, it's just not, you know, it wouldn't get taken from the interchange. All right, throw it back forward. So we'll swap these out. So I'm just going to take this old boxcar with me here, the empty. We'll back this one back on, and we'll head on down to Bryson. There we go. Got the switch thrown. All right. Yeah, we are gravy. All right. So let's get on the back. And then, of course, the Windows sticky keys comes up, trying to mess with the whistle every time. All right. So I got one more move. We can, although, pull the train up a little bit, so we have less of a move to do once we drop that car off. Don't want to be too cray-cray. We got passengers on board. Nice and gentle like. Maybe some old ladies, some little babies. Be nice and smooth like. There we go. We are in it. Okay. Hook them back up. Angle cock over there should be ready to roll. And we'll pull forward a skosh. All right, so just that one is going over there. All right, we'll close that. Close, darn you. Pop the coupler. There we go. And we'll back this sucker in, and next thing you know, we'll be on our way down to Ayla, and then on to the new area, for me anyway, Bryson. All right, we are riding the train down to Ayla alongside the river on a nice sunny day. I have got this sucker set up in AI. I've been playing with AI quite a bit. And for the most part, a lot of these trains will follow track orders by default, which is nice. Now, you can still set a predetermined speed. Like, for example, when I'm using the logging train that I have set up in that line that goes up that mountain, I'll generally keep it from 20 to 25. But even this, so I got it maxed out to 45, but when we get down here to the crazy curve, it will actually slow itself down to the allotted or allowed speed, which is pretty neat. Anyway, I guess most of our passengers are ghosts. I'm the only real humie on here, but we're gonna go down to Ayla, We'll drop off, pick up some more passengers, and then it's across the new bridge into Bryson. All right, she's rounded the bend. We have arrived at Ayla. Now, I do have the fusee set up there. We'll see how far she stops. I think we're going to have to take control. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, what the heck? Sometimes they... Okay, that's a bit confusing. So, it would seem like sometimes it stops farther away, and then of course if you've got the locomotive in the rear pushing the train, it'll go right up to the fuse and over it. So it's kind of confusing. So you can't really set it and forget it. I mean, if you've got the train in the lead and you set the fuse, you're going to be good. But if you're pushing a train like my logging train, I have to really keep an eye out. You're going to have to double check that before any unforeseen circumstances begin. So let's go ahead and pull up a bit more. And we'll get these passengers swap-a-roonied. And that ought to do it. Alright, let's see what happens here. So, passenger. So, Ayla is departing. Now, it looks like we got 30 for Bryson. So we should have... Yeah, there we go. So we got 32. Oh, no, wait, there's more getting on for Bryson. Epic. So we got $11 for 11 fares, which means our reputation's getting a little bit better, which is nice. What is it now, by the way? I forgot where you can see it. Reputation overall, 92. Yeah, freight performance is 100, operational safety is at 84, passenger network 67. Man, it's tough doing passenger. I love freight. I'm always going to primarily do freight. So I'm definitely going to have to get a dedicated service for passenger ops. All right, looks like we got everybody on board. Let's go ahead and go cross the river. All right, here's the bridge in its complete state. The L280 and cars in tow should be around in the bend any moment. And we'll take my first ride anyway into Bryson, past Governor Island. And we'll slow down just a little bit. Generally want to do that for bridges. But it's quite a little journey. It's probably about the same distance as it is from Ayla to Whittier. All right, we are now in the cab. There are some bits from Bryson pretty much onward west that are fairly narrow, fairly curvy, and you'll see a lot of cuts. So cuts into the land, the mountainside, so on and so forth. So it can get really narrow real quick, and there are some turns that could catch you out. So you definitely want to be on the lookout for speed boards, milepost 61. But this is all new territory for me, so I'm excited to see what this is going to be all about here. Show you where we're at on the map. So here's where the bridge was. There's Ayla up there, obviously, is Governor's Island. Little passing track or siding. And then this goes into Bryson, which you can see it's fairly large. Sadly, not like that today. And then this goes down to Walker. And then on, eventually, down into Hemingway, Alarka Junction, down to Alarka. That's its own little separate line. And then the total line down to Andrews. So quite a way. We'll take a peek at the milestones. So this is one of the next things. It's $1,600, one of three again, which extends the line to Fontana Lakeshore. So I think when this was set, the Fontana Dam and reservoir was not yet built. It was just a massive lake and river that flowed through the area, and it eventually got dammed up, actually causing several towns to be unalived in the process during, it was about the World War II era, for hydroelectric power. And so the area down there around Fontana has changed quite a bit. So it'll be interesting to see what that's all like down there. Keep on making our way. So let's see what else we got. Bryson Bridge to Fontana. Diesel fuel in the stand, Bryson. I'm probably not going to mess with that until I even get, you know, a diesel engine. Now, I noticed this is very expensive, $8 grand, but it's only one phase. So instead of 3 phases of like $1,000 each, that's $8 grand. So if you look at the map, Silva's back the other way, which is a pretty good size interchange, and then Asheville, a fairly large town, would be up that way. So that, you know, maybe that's why it's expensive, because you'd get so much stuff up there, you know, that you could essentially make a ton of money. So I'm kind of wanting to flesh out to the east before going any further westward. Let's follow the engine a little bit. Another crossing, got plenty of crossings through here. We'll go ahead and come off the brakes right next to the river and the highway there. Look at that, man. Hoo-wee. Another crossing up there. Our first passengers to Bryson. I am geeked. So here's the line that goes down to Walker that way. You can see that old trestle, and it has got some grade as well. Here comes our train now. Continuing on to Bryson, just right around the bend, not too far. Here's the Walker branch sign. Obviously 15, but look at that bridge, man. It dips down and then up, so it's going to be one of those things you're going to need to pay attention to. So we are pulling into Bryson. I have no clue as of what to do just yet. First things first, we'll make sure we got the passengers taken care of. There's the depot there. You know, we want to keep them happy and on time first and foremost. Let's not do that. There we go. Always hit 2 instead of shift 2. 2 takes you back to where you last were with a free cam. There's a freight house there. There's the tower down there, and then the old depot here. Here comes the train. So we'll go ahead and get rid of the passengers. And then we'll start working on these freight cars. Okay, a little bit slower than I wanted. We'll hop off and make sure we get them up here. All right, let's see if this does it. Level platform. And there it is. So 49, 48, it is going down. Hell yeah. All right, let's go ahead and hop on here and see what we got to do about these freight cars. Oh, something else real quick I wish I'd have gone over previously, but I didn't think about it until now, is the class lights. So like this one, for example, or pretty much anything that's got class lights may possibly work. You can cycle the lights. So, you know, you've got your extra second section. This one doesn't have red, obviously. We'll leave it on white. And then the rears as well, if this one's got rears. Yeah, it does. You can set those to red. So that's cool as hell. Just another neat little thing you can do. Anyway, back to them freight cars. We got to see where they go. We can't stay here all day. We have other contracts to fulfill, people to do, and things to see. All right, so there's the Bryson Freight House right there. So it's going to go on the other side of that ramp yonder. And then this one, of course, is going back with us. So we're going to have to think this thing out. I might need to go eat a Snickers or something first. Do we have all our passengers off? We're getting there. 5 out of 60. 4 out of 60. Let's get paid. Matter of fact, let's go in, Bryson, see what's in here. Couple of rooms. You can go in here. Not in there. All right, we got $78 for 50 fares. Also got to keep in mind, this is Bryson. This is it's kind of like tickets to the big city nowadays. They're going to cost you probably a little bit more than some little random regional place. So let's see, what do we got now? Ellie, we got 11. So we've almost got $100 just for 2 stops, Ellie and Bryson. Let's see, finance, $591. What? How did we lose money? Oh, we had like $600. How did we lose money? I am so confused. We got that loan to pay back as well. So we got to start doing work, and we got to start doing work now. So let's get things started by putting that where it needs to be. And then we'll see what kind of jobs are here in Bryson to be done. All right, then. So we got the car spotted on this siding over here. Well, not siding, but inside the yard anyway. And it's going to go on the house track in there. So I'm going to have to run around and grab it from the front and then push it in naturally. And then from there, we'll hook back to the coach, run some passengers from Bryson back to Ayla. And we'll see what kind of jobs are here at Bryson. All right, we're going to line the train up into that house track and cut this car off, get it to its customer, and be done, and see what else we got here. So we'll walk down the line and make sure everything's green. Looks like we're lined except for that one. I believe, oh no, that's not the one. We do not want that. There we go. Definitely don't want to walk down the middle of the tracks, but it is a game after all. Throw that one. And we should be home free for this house track here. It's a little spur right there, just noticed. Pretty neat. See if we can hop up on this deck. And if I hover on the tag, this of course shows where you're due to drop it. And it doesn't often have to be right completely in 100%, just a tiny bit of it can touch. But you know, that's if you got one car. Most times you might have 2, 3, and you want to make sure they all fit, of course. Should see the tag go gray. Of course, we want to get it right up here where they can work from the dock, lay a plank across. And there we go. We got paid $69. All right, we got the car set out. This one behind us with the southern reporting is going back to East Whittier. So let's see what is in Bryson. So locations, we'll go down to Bryson. Appalachian Hardwoods. Let's see where this is at. We'll click. You can simply click on these arrows, by the way, and they'll take you right to it. So this is it. Okay, that is a fairly large place. Where's this at on the map? Oh, it's down the other end of town. So that's on the west side of the town. So let's go ahead and see what else we got here. So that term's 3 days. Tier 2 is 5 days. Let's see what else we got. Bryson Depot. I guess we're kind of already doing that because you can't really accept anything. So they'll probably get a box car every now and then, just like Whittier does. Bryson Engine Service. That's, of course, if you want to go in there and get some stuff repaired naturally. Bryson Freight House. It looks like we probably already have that as well. Bryson Lumber and Coal Supply. So let's see here. So this is right here. So both of those are actually right here. And that is a coal dumper. Very cool. As you can tell, that building is not yet complete. Again, this is early access, and they're slowly but surely working on all this stuff. So I am all about doing some coal trains. So I believe we shall go ahead and take that. So we'll hit Tier 1. So we got a contract. So it expires in 3 days, like most Tier 1s. Let's look at the oil company as well. That is R1. Let's see where this is at here. No little shed. Looks like it's not quite finished. I like the tank, though. That's cool. Looks like that's not quite finished as well. So this is right down by the river. So that one's a bit far as well. So we'll start with, we still got all that wood to get. We got to make some money back, so we need to get going. So we'll start with what we got so far. And let's go ahead and actually get on back to our train here. So we'll start with what we got so far. We still have other contracts in progress. And we need to get on back, sleep a night, let the interchange get some of these cars, and see what kind of coal they bring us. Or wood. I think it's lumber as well. All right, we're on top of the boxcar. Let's go ahead and throw this thing in reverse and go get those coaches. Coaches. I wish I had coaches. Just one, sadly, for now. We'll go ahead and click on that car. Check out the passenger stuff, and we'll have it set to Ayla and Whittier, and they should start loading. Yep, indeed they are. So we got 11 so far for Whittier, so we'll let that play out, and then we'll take this sucker on back. Alright, well, we got the Connie working the line from Bryson back to Whittier. We need some money because buying that engine was not cheap and pretty much tapped us out and put us in the red. So we're going to do a little work in the meantime while that train's making its way back with the 10-wheeler and go get some new logs. So while we got that logging train on its way back up the mountain for one more time in the late afternoon, some of 1700 hours, we have got our passengers arriving here. We need to actually stop. There we go. And we'll see if they unload, and we should be good to go. And then this train is going back to the interchange. So we got this little fella steaming up the grade, and it is quite a grade. As you can see, we just got our fares for dropping the people off, 88 bucks. So it's getting somewhat profitable now with 3 stations to drop passengers off on. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take control of this one. We'll hit follow, select, we'll go to orders. We'll do road, going to do forward, and we'll set it to like 30. This can be a somewhat treacherous grade, especially with a longer train. And so it is now under the control of the AI. So let's see, where the heck are we at? That's not what I wanted to do. Look at this guy. Just standing in the poison ivy. Alright, so what we'll do is the sawmill is over here, right? Your logging camp where you get these from is over here. So we'll go ahead and control T and transport to the point. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, we need to be in the first person to do that. Well, not to do it, but the way I want to do it. So we'll do that again. Control T. Now that we're in first person, you could do it in free cam too if you want. So we still should be lined up because all I've been doing is coming back and forth and back and forth. And this is where logs will be loaded. So we'll go ahead and throw a flare down, or a fusee, and that's where the train should stop. So hopefully we'll see this thing later. Come on up the mountain here. You can see it drops right down right there, so it can be fairly steep. You can hear it coming up the mountain now. right around the corner there. So we'll watch her come in and see how close it gets to the fuse A, because sometimes I've had a train roll over the fuse, I think, and then other times not. So this will be a nice test here. So I have it set to 30, but as you can see, it's going to follow track limits and switch limits, turnouts as well. So roughly about 15 mile an hour. So we'll see if the whole thing comes up here and stops. It's getting late in the day. We got to finish a few things off, and I want to see the exact amount of time it takes to load 4 cars. May take longer for more cars. And of course, you got 2 sidings here, so however many cars will fit here, you got another siding right over there where you can fit more for a much larger train. So buy a couple of, login racks. You might make some decent money. So you can see they're starting to gray out, which means they're in the correct area. As long as we get that last one fit. And there it is, and the train is stop it, fuse in the gauge. There it is, and that's done. So these things are going to start loading. We'll go ahead and take manual control back. And the brakes are applied, so we're good to go. So we go ahead and remove that fuse A. I'm just going to keep saying fuse for ease. All right, so this is going to sit here. It's currently 1651, almost 1652, and there we go. So let's see. We'll skip 1 hour. And there it is. They are all loaded. So that's 4 cars though. And as you can see, they are ready to go back to Whittier Sawmill R1, which is right about there. So let's go ahead and get this train on back, get her tucked in for the night, as well as the daily back down in Whittier. Alright, we're about to tuck in our coach for the night. We're on the daily here, and then we'll put this boxcar back in the interchange on this track that we're on. Now, I have that login train coming. Should be coming down the line any minute now, probably about 2-3 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a fuse about here, which should take care of it, so it shouldn't run into it. Plus, this AI is advanced enough that it can read unaligned switches and other trains, so it generally won't do anything too crazy. So we should see that thing coming here. Go ahead and get rid of that. So let's go ahead and uncouple the coach, and we'll go ahead and pull forward a little bit. And just enough to get us some coal. Because I'll tell you what, man, I just got this thing, and it's only got 2.5 tons of coal and roughly around 600 gallons of water. Now, it didn't come with... I don't think it comes completely full, because I'm thinking of it like it might need to... it had to get here at this interchange, so, maybe it ran and used whatever it needed. So we're doing that. I'll go ahead and try and... No, we can't. I'm too far forward. That's fine. So we should have that other train coming any moment. There it comes. That is completely AI. We'll see if the engine itself, since it's running back... I think it generally stops about 1 car's length, so it'll probably be about right here. And that might be enough for us to turn that switch over and let them run into the sawmill there. Let's check on our coal situation. 4.7, what is it, 5, 6? I don't know all the stats by heart yet, the amounts. So he's slowing down quite a bit. He's probably doing 5 miles an hour. Holy, 5.5 ton. Okay. This thing is going to tap out that car sitting over there. Our coal going. Yeah, 34. Let's see, 6.2. Jeez Louise. Alright, he's coming on back. We might actually be able to throw that switch. I believe we can. Hallelujah. So we'll go ahead and throw that. Looking at another train. So he actually stopped because of the other train and not so much the fuse. So let's go ahead and click on this sucker again. and we'll have them pull forward. So we'll set it to yard, where they do, you know, increments, a little more easier to manage. So you should go, should get going here. There he goes, 2 for forward. We'll get rid of that fusee, and he should get up in there. Are we done with the coal? 7 tons. All right, this thing can definitely go up down the line. So we do need water. Let's go ahead and click on this sucker. We're using it manually. Put it in reverse, back up just a hair to that water spout there. You can actually see right where it's at. Oh, I went too far, son of a biscuit. And bingo. All right, so we'll leave that there for now. Let's make sure that thing don't go crazy. We'll go ahead and click on it again. Orders, half, stop. And it should stop. You can just see all the tags have gone from gold to grayed out or see-through. And he is now stopped. Yep, so we are in there. So he is done for the night. We just leave that train there. There you can go. You can already see one log. It probably takes about an hour as well. If it takes an hour to load them. But then again, I don't know. These old sawmills would leave them in there for a while, and they got to saw them. And, you know, so taking the product out probably takes a lot longer than putting it in, is the raw. Let me make sure we click this here, select. There we go. All right, let's get some water on there. There we go. We're gravy. All right, let's top this thing up, and we'll go ahead and push this car on back, scooch to the next day, and see what they brought us for Bryson. All right, then we got the logging train back at home, and I think it's time to put this old girl to bed for the night. Get rid of that boxcar down there and see what's what. So let's see what we have finished out with. So we've got $826. We're so poor. Our interest payment, $200 in 4 days and 5 hours. Oh, so we got to pay $1,000 pretty soon. Oh man, loan. I'm gonna get right in the same predicament as I did when I first started playing American Truck Sim and Euro Truck Sim. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and sleep. See what happens. Generally got to wait another hour, and then bam, 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 we got some stuff down yonder. Very cool. Okay, so what do we got here? What did the thing say? So our reputation changed from 92% to 106%, which is cool because it lowers prices. So that's what's always nice about that. We still got that one shop worker here. I think I can fire him for now. I don't think I need him. This thing's 100%. That other one doesn't see a whole lot of crazy, damage either. Let's see. What are we doing? So I got $1,468. Now I could go ahead and pay that $1,000 now. Yes, it would stretch our line a little thin, but we wouldn't owe as much later. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So there we go. So we only owe $1,000 now, and the interest payment went down as well, which is nice. So let's go see what we got down here. Those are all green, so they're all going to Bryson. Very cool. We got us a coal gone from Uncle Pete. I could work on that camera there. Bryson Lumber, Bryson Team, Lumber Coal. So these are going to the same spot, and then this one's probably getting switched out with that one that we dropped the other day there. So let's go ahead and get ready for the day. We'll get this thing going. We'll get our coach. We'll probably throw it on the back. So we'll grab the freight, grab the coach, run on by, and stop at Whittier, obviously, to pick up people, because money's money. All right, we're on the back of the old Connie. Let's go ahead and go get some stuff done. I like the purple flowers out in the field there. It'd be nice to see some more of that around. I haven't seen too much color or differentiation in lieu of different types of vegetation. Not that I've really been looking. I've been trying to keep, you know, trains from crashing and stuff, but oh, we didn't hit that fast enough. See? You gotta do stuff right. Here we go. Let's try it again. There we go. It's in there. Cha-ching. All right, so let's go ahead and open that one up. Go ahead and open that one up. And it looks like 2 cars got handbrakes designated by the purple coloring. And there we go. We're wide open. Let's go down there and pick up the coach. And we'll head on down to Whittier. So as you can see, the fresh timber has been unloaded into the pond there. It happens pretty quick. It's not like most of these freights, you know, these typical industries, which some can take time, some can be pretty quick. And there we have the Connie in the background, headed on down to Whittier. And we'll pick up some passengers there, make a stop at Ayla, and then of course on to Bryson and dump this coal. And I'm interested to see if there's any kind of animation or mechanic down onto the ground, just to see what happens with that. So that'll be interesting. All right, we got passengers loading at Whittier. I'll go ahead and hit the tab key, and you can see this sucker right here is ready to go. So I might go ahead and throw that on the back of the coach, and then leave them where need be, and then we'll get them up out of there when we head back to Whittier from Bryson. All right, then we got that boxcar on the back of the coach. The coach is full of passengers. And I'll tell you what, man, this train feels heavy. Now, the Connie has got some good slow pulling power. Not so much on the top end, though. The Mogul, I felt like the Mogul could do a little bit more on the top end, but it took a minute to get there. So it's interesting getting used to this engine here. Drop the J-bar back a little, give her some more juice. And she is off to the races. Next stop, Ayla. We'll go ahead and throw this switch. We definitely don't want that tracked out onto that little spur for our return trip. And we'll meet the train down at Ayla. All right, so we made it back to Whittier. We got passengers disembarking and embarking, so we'll go ahead and split these cars. We'll go forward. Oh, wait, I got it on the autopilot deal still. So those cars are going up there, so we got to figure out what we're going to do. Two of them go on one track, and then the coal goes on that ramp. So let's climb up here. We'll hit the tab key. So these, oh, help me. Falling and I can't get up. All right. Wait, these go to the team track. So that is right there, actually. Okay. So that one goes there. Oh, so we're gonna have to push it back and then push it forward. And then this one. And we fell in the coal. Nope. There we go. So this one's going over there. So that one's going right there. And the coal obviously up on the ramp. So we can back these two in just fine. Just fine. So we'll leave those there for now. And then we'll go ahead and get rid of this guy right here. So we'll close that off. Uncouple. We will set our switches. We'll line it up for a reverse move back there, and we'll go ahead and have this fella do some yard moves. So we'll say 20 yards forward. So we are automatic. There we go. He ain't wasting no time, is he? That's what's cool about the AI, and I think they actually manage the train a bit better as well. So we'll go ahead and say 2 car, 1 car, half car, and stop. So we'll stop right there. Actually, we wanted to go over another one, didn't we? Shoot. Sorry, bud. Meant to say keep going. So we'll hit 5 car forward. And then once he's past here, we're going to throw that back. And half car. And stop. Go ahead and throw that joker. We're lined up there. We're lined up there. And we'll line it on this first track in the immediate yard. So we'll go ahead and tell them to reverse. Full 20 cars. And we will follow. Does the automatic lighting as well. So he's going to reverse and he put the light on. Now that whistle there was from me. You can still control the whistle. Because they do not blow at crossings. I don't know if that's ever going to be a thing, but they do blow, you know, general move-wise. Orders, he's starting to slow down a little bit. We could say 1 car, half a car, and stop it just to gradually slow it on down. And he is stopping. All right, we'll get rid of that. We'll put it back on Manuel. Senor Manuel. And we'll go ahead and run this thing back forward. Holy no. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to cut the car, didn't I? That's one thing you still got to do. You're still the brakeman and or conductor. So we'll close off Loco's side. Now we can go. Whew. Almost had to do an extra move. There we go. So we'll run this joker forward. Come here. No, come here. There we go. And let's run all the way forward. Gonna run past that switch just ahead of us. And then we're gonna push back and grab our original consist. That ought to be it right there. Go ahead and ride the rear. And we'll go back and get these 2 cars. And then these should be fairly straightforward. I can't wait to fill out this whole dang yard, man. Because there's a lot of track here. And I'm going to take a gander that the lumber company that's down there to the west is probably a big hauler. And then, of course, your tiers have to do with that as well. So this is just tier 1 for now. So more tiers you get, more cars, and I'm assuming some more money. So we definitely need to work on that. I'm kind of over Whittier and Ayla for the moment. We did cut these back, right? Yeah. They are dunzo magunzo. I'm kind of done with that area for the moment, so I really want to work Bryson now. But the problem with that is the developer has noted that if you choose to do that, I believe the passenger sales or the fares are a lot lower. Now, I don't know if that involves lowering your reputation if there's less customers, because if there's less to do in these little towns and these whistle stops, you know, job-wise, freight-wise, then there'll be less people around, I reckon. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and come on through here. All right, so the first one is going, I believe, right there in front of us, yeah? Yeah, so it's going right here. All right, so where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, shnikes, I meant to go right there. All right, let's slow this sucker down. Yeah, we're going to have to go forward here. All right, I believe I got everything lined. So let's start pulling on. So you got to come over here near the dang turntable, which I'm assuming, you know, I was going to say that maybe the coal is for the the engine house or roundhouse over here, but it's an actual company, so who knows. Luckily, the one on the back there, though, is going right there, so we don't have to move them around. We can just do that one first, and then we'll back up on that ramp, which is quite a steep grade as well, so that should be interesting. But first, we got to see if we're going to fit this mamma jamma in here. Because I haven't really messed with the turntable, don't know how to operate it, none of that, so we're going to have to be really careful here. Oh dear Lord. Oh dear Lord. Oh dear Lord. Please God. No, 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 no. Holy shits and schnitzels. Okay, that was very close. Let's get on here and see what. So you can open a door. Hell yeah. So you can actually turn your locomotive around if need be. Now getting it on here might be a... Oh, so you can just gently hold it. Awesome sauceum. Alright, yeah, so we're lined. Very cool. And do these doors open? Hell yeah. Oh, I am so ready for this to be my my home base. For reals. Alright. So let's go ahead and get this sucker backwards. Oh, that was so close. We almost threw this damn thing in the pit, man. And we are right on the edge, so we need to go forward a little bit more. Oh, what the fudge? Oh no. We have a problem. Wozers. Wozers. What happened? Derailed the tender. Okay. Oh, and the cars. Holy shnikes. Holy crap, man. I guess it's not meant to hold but an engine. Alright, let's try and pick these cars up. Alright, hook the lines back up. Alright, is it gonna let us run up on here? Because we kind of have to. I really don't want to have to break the cars down, but let's see what happens. I have it locked, I think. Oh, I'm so scared. It's like I hit an invisible wall or something. Okay, no. Yeah, I guess we're good now. That was weird. Alright, let's get on the back. Let's go spot this car. Reverse, a little bit of juice. Alright, so we're lined back there and then lined over there, which is where this cat is going. There's some more colorful colors. This place in real life is very, very pretty in the springtime. At least the main valley is anyway, around Asheville, namely like Hendersonville. So it'd be nice to see a lot more color if it's going to be, you know, a persistent season. But I'm still curious on the clouds, man. I haven't really seen any of the clouds besides these high clouds. And haven't seen any fog yet, but I know it's out there. You know, I've seen photos and stuff of people having it, so... Oh, looks like that car down there needs to go back to Whittier Interchange as well. So that sucker's pretty done. I think we're good there. Oh no, brake, my dude. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we'll go ahead and uncouple. We got 70 smackaroonies for that. Close that off. Unlock that. One big old skadoosh out of the air hose. We'll run back past this. And then we'll go set that coal down where it needs to go. Yeah, so that thing turned out quick. Some of these do that. You know, it's only been a day, so... Probably get away with using the Indy now. 200 tons. That sucker's still pretty heavy. Oh dear Lord, please stop. I don't like going close to that. Yeah, maybe it was like too much tractive effort, you know, power being put down, and all that kind of sketched it out. All right, let's get this thing back on the coal chute. All right, here we go. That is one hell of a grade. That looks like 20% or something. Holy moly. Can't imagine putting a couple of cars up here. It's just one. Oh dear. Come on, baby. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. There we go. You got it. You got it. You got it. All right. And real gentle like. And there it is. Cha-chang. We got $83 for that, minus the $2 for damage. Do they open? Oh, cool. The coal chutes do open. I don't see any coal coming out, but I'm assuming it just empties on its own. So now we got to figure out how the heck to get up there and do the business here. All right, so we'll go ahead and leave that open. Forward. Let's get on back. Down we go. Oh, shnikes, I left the water hatch open. It's gonna evaporate. Alright, we want to go pretty far here. That's our outbound track we're on right now, so we'll go right up to the turntable. There we go. Alright, let's get out of here. I'll just ride on the rear. Throw the switches as we go. Right then. Alright, so we got them done. So we need to get that car over. I guess that's a freight house. I thought that was the house track. So yeah, we need to get over there and get that sucker. Guess we can throw that. Just ride straight back here. So how are we going to get that sucker? We need to worry about this one here first. I could go ahead and grab the empty and throw it on the front and then shove that fella in there. Matter of fact, I think that's what I will do. You always got to try and plan out your moves several cars ahead, and this is chump change. This is nothing. You know, some of the bigger trains are going to be a little bit tougher to do. I think we're good for about 15 mph. Got to roll on past that switch there. We'll go grab that car, hop off. And loco brake. That's right on the point. You got quite a bit of room to work around this yard too. There's another little spur that I found near the ladder back there at the end of the yard. I thought it was another separate line, but it's just part of the yard. Let me double check. Yep, East Whittier interchange. So it's ready to go. Oh, I love the animation of the coupler and the knuckles doing their thing. It's very nice. All right, let's get that ankle cock back open. We'll go ahead and reverse on and we'll go grab that other car. Sitting here waiting under the shade of the tree to hook up to our consist. And we got 60 out of 60 passengers on board, so that ought to be good for at least about 60 bucks, I would imagine. Go ahead and slow her down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that definitely woke the passengers up. We'll tie her on and get back to Whittier. Alright, those are open. Oh darn, I left. Yeah, you gotta watch out changing ends. I just dumped the line. There we go. Get that closed back. Alright, and let's get first time I can safely and normally use the rear headlight. Very exciting. Alright, see ya back at Whittier. Alrighty then guys, we are returning to Whittier Yard with 2 cars in tow for the interchange. I've gone ahead and sent the logging train back up there to get us a couple $100 before the night's over. And I'm not sure what we're going to do. I kind of want to extend this way, go through Thomas Valley, Dillsboro. Some pretty big areas up there in that very massive interchange, of course. And, you know, I considered buying some logging cars, the skeleton cars, but those suckers are like 600 bucks a pop. Let's open the thing. Yeah, 612. I don't even have $1,000 yet, so that would be mighty hard to come by. So I'm thinking we just accept as many contracts as we can from Bryson, Ayla, and then Whittier, of course, and then just start building some bigger trains. That means that we've got a lot more work ahead of us and a lot more switching ahead of us. But we need to start making some money. We need to start making some money quickly. But I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. Part 4 of my career, which I'm sure is hot garbage compared to other folks' careers and what other folks' careers will be. So I can't wait to see what people put together once the game officially releases on the 7th of December. But that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.